So here we are. Now we can actually just delete this, and up here we can import Pygame. Save it, and down here I'm gonna create a few variables for color and for size, the size of our window for our game or our interface. Okay, that's gonna be size equals something like 600, 600, and then colors gray. I like for gray in RGB format, that is red, green, and blue. Okay, those values are gonna be 102, 102, and again, yeah, where the maximum value is 250. Okay, now another color, that's gonna be 0, 180 if I recall, and 105, something like that. And another variable, oh yeah, that's gonna be later. And then we need to initialize Pygame in order to start using its functionality. To do that, we need to run a function inside this library. Inside this library, there is a function called init. That function sets up a few things in order to start working. Okay, and then what else do we need? Yeah, we need to define a canvas. For that, we need to define a variable called screen. You can call it as you want. I'm gonna call it screen. That's gonna be equals to pygame.display called set mode. Set mode, open parentheses, and then passing screen. We are passing, yeah, is it correct? Oh yeah, we need to pass size. Sorry for that. We need to pass in the size to set the screen, set the dimensions for this window, and then we need to type pygame dot this. We actually you don't need to do this, but I like to do that to set the caption. The caption is the title of our window. Okay, I'm gonna call it my game, just like that. Oh yeah, and then I'm actually gonna apologize for what I'm about to do, and that is using a while loop, because we haven't talked about while loop for now, but we need it in order to see our window, because otherwise this code is gonna be executed super fast and we're not even gonna see anything. Oh, sorry. So yeah, for that we need to create another variable. I'm gonna call it active equals true, and what this code is gonna do is gonna execute some code as long as active stays true. Okay, so this is while active actually asks for anything that inside here, inside or here, right here, is true. For whatever condition that is stated here remains true, the code below is going to be executed. And it's going to be starting from here. As you see, it has a different indentation. So that means that whatever is typed, whatever is written here, down here, is going to belong to this while. Okay. And what I'm gonna type is pygame dot draw and dot circle, open parentheses. This is a function, and I know it because it's in different color. this is a function that belongs to draw, and draw is a file, or actually it's a file. It could be a file, I'm not quite sure, but most of the time it represents a file that belongs to the library, which is a bunch of files called Pygame. Okay, and now for the circle we need to specify first the canvas, and that's gonna be screen. Here with this line we specify that this is gonna be our canvas by using this function. Okay, so yeah, we can define multiple canvases or multiple surfaces as Pygame calls it, but for now we only have one, and that's screen, and then we have to specify the color. It actually says surface, and then followed by the color, and then followed by the center, and then followed by the radius. Oh yeah, I forgot. Here on the left we can click where it says extensions, and up here you can type for anything, for example, anything when it comes to programming, Python, and then you can click where it says Python again, and here it also says install, so you can install it, and it's a very handy extension that helps you with suggestions and information about the code. Okay, so yeah, I was typing the color, and then what was, oh yeah, the center. What would it be? 300, 300, and then the radius 40. We actually need to surround this with parentheses. Save it, and now this is actually not drawing, this is setting up a circle, but in order to actually draw a circle on the canvas we need to type pygame dot display dot update, just like that. Save it and open parentheses, save it, and then run the code, and there we have it. So yeah, for now we cannot use these buttons. The only way to stop it is coming here to the terminal and hit Ctrl C. Yeah, this code we're gonna improve this code as we learn more about other concepts in programming, so don't worry for now. And yeah, let's carry on with the next line. It's gonna be pygame draw, and then I'm gonna use line open parentheses, and for that we need to specify again the surface, that in our case is screen, and then the color I'm gonna use the other color cyan, and then I'm gonna use the starting point. It says we need to specify the surface, the color, and then the starting position in coordinates, the end position coordinates, and the width, which is actually the thickness. Okay, I'm gonna start with something like 400, 100, and then the end position, that's gonna be 400, and then 500, and the thickness, I don't know, I just wanna try 3 maybe. Okay, save it and run the code again. So now as you can see, or maybe you're not aware of this, but the x-axis grows to the right, sorry, but the y-axis grows downwards. So here the end position, which is 400 and 500, is actually this one down here. So be aware of that. We need to, whenever we wanna be realistic about the actual position, the real positions, we might need to map these coordinates into real coordinates. Okay, so let's stop this, Ctrl C, and now we can type pygame to draw something else. Draw a dot, this time is gonna be a rectangle, open parentheses, and again have to specify the canvas, and then the color. I'd like to use this one again, and then we have to specify open parentheses, and inside here we have to specify the position, which is gonna be, in my case, where you don't have to, but I like to use this one this time, 500, and then 300, and the width I like to use 100, and the height 50. Save it and run the code again, and there we have it. Yeah, those are the basic figures. In Pygame we can also work with images, but we're gonna do that later, okay? Yeah, that's it for now. Lastly, you can come here to the Pygame main page. Over here where it says docs, I don't like these colors. Let me check if I can change it. Okay, here, background, I'm gonna use, I don't know, maybe, yeah, this one, and then, okay, body. Inside body we have this one, doesn't have color. Okay, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that for now, and here we can type draw, hit enter, and click on Pygame Draw, and here we have different functions. You can click on them, one of them, and see the arguments of these functions, and read more, get more, understand more about its working principles. Okay, yeah, feel free to come here, check this information, and do your own experiments. Okay, that's it for now. I hope it was not too boring. Okay, yeah.